call him.
All right, you have not seen the movie Morgan?
I've not seen the movie Morgan.
Have you seen the trailer?
No, I've ignored it.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Because the trailer was edited by Watson the computer, you know.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was made by a computer. We'll pass on that. The light.
Wait, let me put you on hold so I can go watch it.
The Light Between the Oceans. That's the movie up this week. What do we think?
Yeah, man. If you like to cry at the movies, this is that movie that will and should make you cry quite a bit. And again, I don't look at trailers unless I absolutely have to. I want to know if I have to report on it or if I'm putting together a movie special for ABC News Radio, then I look at the trailers. But if I'm reviewing a movie, I actually want to go into a movie knowing as little as possible. And this was one of those movies where I knew as little as possible. I knew that this was based on a best-selling book. But that's all I knew. I knew Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander were in this, and I knew that this is the movie where they kind of fell in love with each other and started dating. That's what I knew about this movie. So what it's actually about is Michael Fassbender plays a World War I veteran. He recently came back from the war, saw a lot there, damaged him really maybe for the rest of his life, became numb sort of to emotions, and decides to take a very lonely job, a job as a lighthouse keeper where he would be the only person on this small island. But on the mainland, he meets a young woman played by Alicia Vikander, and they fall in love. Now, for the first 40 minutes of this movie, really nothing happens. I mean, it's a nice movie to look at, but it's actually kind of boring.
I like movies like that.
And you're like, get to the good stuff. But really, it was just a setup and a slow burn for what was about to happen. And I'm not going to give you too many details, but I'll tell you that they really want to start a family, and they get pregnant, and she has a miscarriage. And it's kind of gut-wrenching. So he helps her recover, and it's really nice, and it's well done, and the way that they execute the miscarriage and the aftermath was also really, really well done. And so once she recovers, they get pregnant again. And then she has another miscarriage, and then it really becomes hard to take. Like, I wanted to get up and punch the movie in the face for making me feel that bad, and but then as a combination of luck and misfortune, a man in a rowboat, a dead man in a rowboat, and a baby girl who is alive washes up on the shore, like right after she has the miscarriage, and she convinces Michael Fassbender that they should keep the baby, and if they send the baby back to the mainland, it'll wind up in an orphanage, and she'll have a terrible life, and he goes along with it. And what ensues after that is maybe more gut-wrenching than the miscarriages. I mean, it's relentless in its manipulation, but it's effective. I don't love movies that manipulate you that way, but this one does it very, very well. It's also just a gorgeous movie to look at. 4 out of 5 stars. You
don't do like top 10 tearjerker movies of all time or anything like that, do you?
I mean, I could think about it and put that a list like that together for you at some point.
Yeah, because there are movies where you just want a good cry out of a movie.
It's like, I feel like you just acted as my producer and you came up with a segment idea.
Oh, I'm a producer. Yes.
And I'm gonna put that together.
I mean, off the top of my head.
Oh, I know.
Terms of Endearment for me.
Terms of Endearment.
That's the movie that just breaks your heart every time you see it.
Anymore.
Yeah. Been around a while. Do you have one that comes to the top of your head besides The Light in the Ocean?
Off the top, I could probably think of a lot. I mean, the Muppet movie.
The Muppet movie, yes.
Movie.
The
Thomas the Tank Engine goes to Staten Island.
Tony Romo.
I made that one up.
Tony Romo breaks his back.
Seriously, sports movies. There are a lot of sports movies. Like every single good sports movie makes me cry.
All right. Well, of course,
which is like really such a guy thing to say, right? But
Yes,
Rudy gets me every single time.
I can't even.
Major League.
I haven't even
Bull
watched.
Durham.
I haven't even watched
Bull
Marley
Durham.
and Me. I can't even.
Marley and Me's tough. Brian's song's always a good one.
Brian's song
it
is a great one.
Brian's song actually stands the test of time, too. It's a great 70s TV movie. All right, David Blaustein, you have yourself a good 4th of July weekend. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you next week.
Okay,
Bye,
take care, bye.
You got it. David Blaustein, good guy. Good man. The Light Between Oceans, 4 out of 5 stars.
It does. It looks like it is beautifully shot.
It also sounds like it's a good sort of rainy weather movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
Maybe
bad.
not too sunny of
Too
a
bad
day
it's going to
movie.
be gorgeous and sunny for the next 3
Although,
days.
since it's going to be nice and sunny, it's going to, bummed out being in the movie theater. And then when you leave, it's nice and sunny and it brings you back up.
Maybe I can invite Bob Littlefield to go with me to go see The Light Between the Oceans and get some people to beat him up.
Oh, come on. But he did talk about your sister.
He called my sister the Great Satan. I mean, disagree with her on a million things. The Great Satan, Linda Milhaven is the Great Satan, the sweetest woman, the best sister anybody would ever have. She's not the best sister. I'm sure there are other sisters out there that are just as good.
What, your other sisters may feel a little slighted when you say the best sister.
No, they would agree with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sure there are sisters out there that are equally as brilliant and nice and as good.
My sister.
Right. But no sister's better than my sister. Right?
Yeah.
So your sister and my sister might be equally as tremendous.
Yes.
But no one's higher up on the sister chain than my sister. There are many sisters, including some of mine, that are below. I still love them, but they have flaws, right? But Linda doesn't have any flaws, and some joker's going around calling her the Great Satan because she voted some way he didn't like.
I just have an issue with adults calling other adults names.
I do, too. I agree with you. It's just there's no place for it.
No.
It's just, especially no place
when you're
for it.
running for public office.
Especially because you know what? These people see these jokers on the national scene and think, oh, you know what? I'm a bigwig. I'm a council person in Scottsdale. Let me call you a scumbag. It's just inappropriate. I mean, when I got into radio and I called somebody a scumbag, I would have been called in the corner office and slapped. Mm-hmm. And you can't use that on the radio. That's unacceptable. Now you've got politicians saying it.
I know.
829. Big